Manchester. Let's get this party started.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Coming to the ring at this time, the challenger, Eric Drummer Boy Molina.
%100% knockout ratio, so he has not put a foot wrong.
And here comes your defending champion, AJ.
everywhere. Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Manchester Arena, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing is proud to present the main event of the evening. Live on Sky Sports Box Office and Showtime, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by William Hill, JD Sports, StubHub, and Texo Scaffolding. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge, Alistair Hayes. Representing the International Boxing Federation as supervisor is President Darrell Peoples. The 3 judges at ringside, should we go to the scorecards. From the United Kingdom, Michael Alexander. From the United States, Glenn Feldman. And from South Africa, Dion Duarte. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Steve Gray. And now, the officials are in place, and they are ready. The fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. Fight fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance, and the millions around the world who wish they could be here, ladies and gentlemen, from Manchester, England, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner with his trainer, Adam Herrera, wearing black and officially weighing in at 16 stone, 11 pounds and 1 ounce. In 28 fights, he has 25 victories, including 19 victories by knockout, with only 3 defeats. From the Lone Star state of Texas, USA, he's the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion and the IBF Heavyweight World Ranked Challenger, Eric Drummer Boy Molina. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, with his trainer, Robert McCracken, wearing white with black and red. Official weight, 17 stone, 11 pounds, 1 ounce. Since capturing Olympic gold, he now has a perfect professional record consisting of 17 fights, 17 victories, all 17 by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from London, the heavyweight fighting pride of England and all the UK, the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF Heavyweight Champion of the World, Anthony Joshua.
We might have moved to Manchester, but the atmosphere as special. Second defense of the IBF heavyweight crown.
Okay, boys, for the fourth break, you must take 1 step back. Don't throw any punches down the back of the head and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
Anthony Joshua captured it in sizzling style, dispatching Charles Martin, then retained against the spirited and unbeaten Dominic Breazeale. Now a 3rd world title fight against an American. The cool, courageous, hard-hitting, but potentially vulnerable Eric Molina. Can he stand up to Joshua's power? Wladimir Klitschko at ringside, the mega fight, muted for the spring, but best laid plans in the heavyweight division, which has been littered with upsets. So many in the mix. Deontay Wilder, David Hay, who's with us at ringside, this exciting and vibrant new heavyweight era. Here we go.
Joshua in the centre of the ring, Molina against the ropes. They're both going to have a look at each other here. They don't need to do anything silly or anything wild. Rob McCracken, I saw his lips there telling Josh, just take your time, relax, behind the jab. Great advice just early on, just do nothing silly. Don't know what Molina's going to do here.
Body shots and a right hand early from Joshua as the crowd sing his name. Could be special times ahead, David, but he's got to do the job here.
He does, you know, he can't afford to slip on a banana skin here. He has to be super professional, go out there and just pick his shots, not get caught with anything silly. You know, all these routine defenses are in some ways the most dangerous ones because it's hard to get 100% motivated for. You know, going in against a Klitschko, you know, Joshua would be fired up. By going against Molina, you know, he doesn't look very imposing. He doesn't have a very scary record. He's been knocked out before. So on paper, there's not much for Joshua to fear. But this is heavyweight boxing. All it takes is one shot to change the outcome of the fight.
Molina definitely hurt Deontay Wilder in that third round. He knocked out Thomas Adamek, but was really at his best days at light heavy and cruiserweight. Has a massive reach advantage as well for Anthony Joshua in that physical body of his, athletic, speedy, and he hits very, very hard.
The sheer size and physicalities of Joshua here, evident. He's so overwhelmingly in front in every aspect, but it's boxing, and Molina packs that punch, so Joshua just has to be careful behind his jab, doing everything right here, backing on Molina. Molina not doing much, he's tried the jab out of range, just having a look.
Yeah, Molina's looking very negative here. You know, the first sort of shot he's thrown there, there's a long looping, winging right hook to the hip. You know, he needs to really sort of do something. You know, he needs to, he doesn't look very confident in there.
He's talked about power being the only way he can win this. What will the tactics be from Team Molina here?
Well, I'd be surprised if we were to do what he's doing, which is stand against the rope, getting beaten up.
Sitting back like a sitting duck.
He is.
No advantage in that at all.
Against someone like Anthony Joshua, you can't give him confidence. You can't allow him to do what he wants to do. You need to put him in his uncomfort zone. And to do that, you need to bring the fight to him.
There's the length leverage he gets with the jab, Joshua, and catches Molina. Back top on the ropes and a big right hand. First sign of a combination as we enter the last 10 seconds of the first round. So physically imposing and dominant looking, and Molina offering very little at the moment.
I think to be in front of Joshua, are you already a beaten man? You're in front of someone.
If he had a sparring partner who did what Molina did here, Robert McCracken would say, "Tell you what, mate, get out of the ring. You know, we need someone in throwing punches at Anthony."
I'm sure you don't need any identification, but the white, red and black of AJ Anthony Joshua with the white boots. He's had 15 wins inside 3 rounds, but Eric Molina's had 13. He does have some power, 19 knockouts in his 25 victories, but he has been stopped a couple of times early, once in his professional debut, which we saw on the undercard of the fight between Juan Manuel Marquez and Marco Antonio Barrera in Vegas. He came back from that. He was sparred by Chris Arreola. Tries to get a right hand in against Joshua. He did last rounds against Deontay Wilder, but he didn't win it. And not close.
No, and he showed his power in that he hurt Wilder, but as you say, he didn't come through that fight, the victor. He's trying a little bit more now, Molina. I'd like to say he needs to do something. He's either jab the stomach or jab the shoulder or get something going.
Molina's bringing his hands so far up to protect his head, he's leaving his body open. You know, and that right hook or left hook to the body he's begging to be hit with a shot to the body with his defense.
He couldn't be putting himself in a worse position. He's backing up to the ropes. AJ's got the reach and height on him. He punches hard. He needs to just give him something to think about, whether it be a fake or a jab to the stomach, and then move off. Yeah. He's just sitting duck here on the ropes. It's dangerous for him. He knows where he is. He gets behind that shoulder. He's got a half-decent defence, and AJ's got to be careful.
This is the round as Joshua lands a right hand that Oliver McCall closed his eyes and threw a right that felled Lennox Lewis at Wembley. These things can happen
in this weight division, Adam.
Well, you need to actually throw punches, and that is the key here. And Molina seems very, very shy here, very shy, not letting his hands go, not trying to bother Anthony Joshua at all at this stage. Anthony Joshua could do 100 rounds like this at this pace. He's very comfortable. You know, his heart rate hasn't probably gone over 150 beats a minute here. And as soon as he sees an opening, he's going to explode something off Molina's chin.
Robert McCracken and Tony Sims, the training team. Jamie Reynolds, the conditioner. He looks in pristine shape as always. He said he's not just trained for Molina, he trains all the time for the whole journey for the bigger tests that lie ahead. No stone unturned, and I think he would have taken this as professionally as ever, Joshua. This is a defense of his world heavyweight crown, and he wants to impress and send a message to that man down at ringside, Wladimir Klitschko.
There's no danger of Joshua taking this fight lightly, and I see there with Molina, when he's backing up, he does get behind that shoulder. He does know he's in the safe zone when he's tucked up. He's got the right hand up, he's behind that left shoulder. It's difficult for Joshua to land that right hand. He tried a couple of times.
Huge event.
It doesn't get any better than that. This fight, unfortunately, isn't great preparation for a Wladimir Klitschko fight. You know, Joshua needed someone throwing some crisp jabs at him, maybe. But, you know, as long as he's unscathed, he comes through this fight with no cuts, no damage, which I doubt he will do, then I believe he'll be set for that big fight.
Suddenly,
Joshua's all business.
There's some acceleration in Anthony Joshua, and he goes to work very negative from Eric Molina. He's thrown nothing, and Joshua now wants to pounce.
Yeah, he put a little combination there, jab, hook right hand, jab right hand, and Molina just doesn't want to engage, doesn't want to fire back. He just doesn't really want to come out of his shell because the danger's there. Good jab right into the body. A little bit more ambitious there from Molina. We need to see him jabbing and moving and making a bit of a fight. This is still early on. It's only round 3. But the signs are very bad for Molina here.
Looking for the left hook, Joshua. Steve Gray just splits them up.
Maybe he's going to ask him to
stop holding.
Yeah. Anytime Joshua gets in close, Molina's looking at locking him up and stopping those big booming shots coming in.
Molina would be better off pushing forward and trying to put Josh on his back foot. Obviously, you don't want to be walking into shots, but he knows how to block, slip and roll and feint. Put Josh on his back foot, because this is the worst possible position he can be in the ring, against the ropes and in the corner.
Being backed up.
And he's not looking for a counter punch, Molina. He's not doing anything that indicates he's looking for that big counter.
Walked into a right hand there, Molina, as he got closer. Maybe he feels safer at this range, but Joshua, like the Predator, is going hunting, and he's going hunting now. The right hand flattens Eric Molina, who is slumped in his own corner. The count's at 5. Will he make it? He gets up at about 8. He's wobbly, he's dazed. There's so much time in the round, and surely it's a matter of time here.
Great work there from Joshua. That right hand found its way home, and we saw the effects of that. Molina does not want to be in here now. The fight's over.
Stopped in the 3rd round. Anthony Joshua defending his IBF heavyweight title in emphatic fashion, and just a smile down to you, David, at ringside, as if to say, we may meet down the line.
Definitely, he knows it. I know it, he knows it. You know, and that right hand, that power, that's exactly what he needed to do tonight. You know, his hands are going to be fine. You know, there's no cuts, no nicks, no bruises. He's fresh and ready for the Klitschko fight next up in probably April.
Too much class, too much athleticism, too much reach, too much power.
Too much in every department, Adam, there. And he didn't waste any time. He got round 1 there. But he's in range, his feet are well, his defence. He's thinking about what's coming back, Josh. He's not doing anything careless. That was a really, really quality performance here from Joshua.
18 out of 18, all by knockout. Now the tough question, David. Yes. You said that he wasn't perfect preparation, Molina, for a Klitschko. Yeah. Is he ready for a Wladimir Klitschko?
Well, who else is there they can put him in with at the moment that's got the similar dimensions to a Wladimir Klitschko? You know, at the moment, you know, he's the IBF champion. If you look through the rankings, you know, Molina was ranked. You know, and he'd given Deontay Wilder some issues, but he didn't give Joshua any issues whatsoever.
And once again, Anthony Joshua charms the fans in the open workout, spending time having photos, having selfies, you know, a real people person, and then stuns them tonight with another terrific performance. That's why they love him.
That open workout was probably more strenuous than this fight here was tonight. You know, he really literally went through the motions. I believe he could have knocked him out in 1 round if he'd have wanted to. I think McCracken just wanted him to get out there, you know, get a couple of rounds under his belt, but going into that 3rd round, he said, it's time to go to business, let your hands go and get this guy out of there.
Did Molina look to you like a man that had any sort of belief that he could do anything at all in there? And that's a real shame, because, you know, he's shown in the past that he's got something as a professional fighter to give. But I think AJ puts the fear into his opponents. Similar to when Mike Tyson got in that ring, the opponent was beat before that bell was gone.
Do you think Molina was tonight when he walked in?
I think he was. I think he realised the task ahead of him, and he looked to me like a defeated man. He could fight better than that.
Yeah, he didn't have a full training camp. You know, there was talk of Wladimir Klitschko fighting Joshua on this very date, and when that fight got sort of cancelled, he was sort of the late sub that came in. And the fight he had with Deontay Wilder, he seemed like he had more in the tank. He was more ambitious. He let his hands go more. Tonight, he just literally went through the motions and sort of picked up a paycheck.
Although I don't think it would have made any difference, because the size and the shape and the athleticism, as we spoke about with AJ, and you know, his mentality and his mindset when he's putting these shots together, I don't think Molina can live with someone like AJ on form.
Thrilling again, Mr. Excitement, Anthony Joshua, undefeated world heavyweight champion. What a 2017 that lies ahead in this glamorous and revived heavyweight world.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Gray has to step in and call a halt to the contest. The official time comes in round number 3. It's 2 minutes, 2 seconds. The winner by TKO victory, still undefeated now with a record of 18 victories, 18 wins by knockout. Still the IBF Heavyweight Champion of the World, AJ Anthony
The popularity is snowballing. The world heavyweight belt around his waist. A superstar. What is he gonna become? Ticks every box, doesn't he?
Well, whatever he's going to become, he does tick every box. He's taken it in his stride. He's just so cool and relaxed. From seeing him in the changing rooms to the ring walk, right up until the first bell, right through to the finish, he just seems so confident and unfazed. He must have so much self-belief. He works so hard, he trains so hard, so that's the reason he's got this confidence.
Utterly professional job, no banana skin. Let's get to Andy Scott for the interview.
Anthony. You're a man in demand. If you want your photos first. Anthony, good to see Rob McCracken on your shoulder there, the first fight of this new partnership. Let me talk about the fight first. Eric Molina, everybody was talking on paper that it could be a potential banana skin, with everybody talking about the future. Disaster averted for you tonight.
Disaster or
averted?
I don't even know what averted means.
Avoided. There was no disasters for you tonight.
No disasters. But, you know, he was trying to tee up with some haymakers, excuse the pun. But, you know, that's heavyweight boxing. They look for the shots to try and stop you. I was patient because, as I said, people are fresh early on. And we move on. It's not the end of the story yet. We're still on that grind. So we get back to the drawing board and move on to 2017.
Taking nothing away from Eric Molina, but were you surprised at his negative tactics tonight, or did you simply not allow him to get into the fight?
It's two types of thing they can do. You can get a Dylan and Derek type of fight, or you can get someone who comes in the ring like Eric Molina. So it's hard though dealing with a negative fighter who's not giving you many options, because someone who's boxing with you can give you opportunities. Someone who's waiting on the back foot, you've got to create them. So I just had to be patient and create the opportunity. So no problem. It's a style that you've got to deal with, and there'll be many more when I step into this ring.
Do you feel that you've got that fear factor about you now, though, that some opponents are beating themselves before they get into the ring with 18 straight knockouts?
Nah. These opponents, like, because I'm not one to talk, but I'm not one to mess around. But still, if I also start talking, I think they'll realise what I'm really about. But it's like that, until you step in the ring with someone, you don't know what you're facing. people go off the past, like when I was an amateur and stuff like that, but I stayed consistent, I've stayed dedicated, and I'm still not at my peak yet. So, you know, the longer I keep on training and staying in the gym, the better I'll become.
It's a strange mix that you're heavyweight champion of the world, but I think in your own words and Rob McCracken's words as well, you're still a heavyweight in progress. Are we seeing developments, especially now you are working with Rob McCracken, your old amateur trainer?
Yeah, man. Like, all the coaches that I'm working with are putting in an effort. You can't just forget, like, the nutritionists, the physios, the medical team, McCracken, Sims, Selks, Max. The list goes on, do you know what I mean? So everyone that's putting in work is really producing what they're seeing in the ring right now.
Okay, let's move things forward to the future. Do you feel now that after that defence of your title, a relatively straightforward defence, that you're ready to step up to the next level of opponents now? I can see an array of heavyweights at ringside.
No problem.
Okay, seems like a good time to bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. What's next?
Well, I think tonight is as good a time as any to announce what's next. And at this time, I'd like to bring in Bernd Bonte and Wladimir Klitschko to the ring, right now in Manchester.
So, Eddie, Vladimir's here, Anthony's here. What is in the pipeline?
I'd like to officially announce Anthony Joshua against Wladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium on April the 29th, live and exclusive on Sky Box Office for the Unified Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Vladimir, welcome to Manchester. What did you make of Anthony's performance, and how excited are you about the prospect of facing him?
First of all, congratulations to you, champ. AJ, you got it. I was watching AJ fighting in London 2012 when he won gold medal. I never thought to ask you this question. I want to ask you 3 questions. Do you want to see a big fight? Do you want to see a fight where 2 Olympic champions are involved? Do you want to see fight AJ against WK? I don't hear you. You got it. I love you guys. You're awesome.
Anthony, he's here. Apparently the deal is done. Wembley Stadium. How do you feel about that?
What happened to London O2 Arena? The good times. But listen, we move on to a bigger arena. More people can come and view it. I've shared the ring with the champ. Very respectful man outside the ring. Very competitive in the ring. And 2 warriors are coming together. This is the step up that people have wanted. Klitschko wants his belts back. May the best man win.
Vladimir, why Anthony Joshua?
He is the best man in the division. And I believe this excitement speaks for itself. So that's what actually fans want. And I think there is no doubt that this fight must happen.
You've boxed in England early in your career, but you're willing to come back to the home of English football, Wembley Stadium, 80,000 people, to take on a man that you've sparred and a man that a lot of people are labelling the next great heavyweight, perhaps after yourself.
Listen, such amazing fight and big fight has to take an amazing place as Wembley Stadium. It's a great location, and April 29th, I believe, that's the date, so hopefully it's going to remain the same. So we will continue with our promotion, and one more time, congratulations to AJ, well done, clean, clear win, and I'm looking forward to the next fight in April.
A question to both of you. Anthony first, how do you beat Wladimir Klitschko?
Can't reveal that, but listen, how I beat him is be myself. Worry about myself, focus on my own training, and come with a positive attitude. That's how I go about beating Klitschko.
Vladimir, how do you beat Anthony Joshua?
I've been doing this job for 26 years, so I do have a lot of knowledge, and this knowledge will definitely help me in the ring.
Okay, well, we can't wait for both. You've got something else to say, go on.
You can't miss it, you gotta watch it.
Go watch it, 100%. This has been 3 years in the making, and it's here now. Patiently, you guys have been waiting on my journey, and we're here. 2017, big up, because we're coming.
Let's just go back to Eddie Hearn, who has announced this. Eddie, huge fight. A lot of people will be asking, is this the right time for Anthony to step up against a heavyweight who's so dominant for over a decade?
It's the time. The fans want it. Look at them. You got the man in world boxing right now against one of the legends of the heavyweight division, 2 Olympic champions, the unified heavyweight championship of the world at the National Stadium in 90,000 capacity. And we can't wait. This is what it's all about. I think this is the biggest fight in British boxing history.
Well, thanks for talking to us, Ed.
Let's go straight to the man who sold out 80,000 at Wembley Stadium. Quite a night that was for you. What an event it's going to be in the heavyweight division. The young lion and the king for so long in Wladimir Klitschko. Look at the two of them there, Carl. Whet your appetite?
He certainly does. I mean, what a venue as well, the Wembley Stadium. We know all about it. Let's hope the 80,000 gets beat, because I can put that behind me then. Because I'm actually sick of hearing 80,000 at Wembley. Will this do more? We'll wait and see. This is a fight that Joshua can win. It's also a fight that Klitschko can win. Depends what Klitschko brings. What has he got left? I don't know. Should we question what Klitschko's got left? He's not really... Well, he's not boxed since the upset against Tyson Fury. That was a long time ago, and he's older than me. He can fight, he knows his business, he knows the game inside out, and he's got bags and bags of experience over AJ, Anthony Joshua. But what's he got left? Has he got enough left?